Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling versus the WWE, the series where we take the weekly events that WWE runs, whether it be Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, or the pay-per-views. We book it in Total Extreme Wrestling and see just how well WWE does against the booking machine known as TEW, or if TEW will be the first company to ever take down WWE. With that being said, we are on 205 Live. This is the April 1st, I believe? No. May 1st, not April, excuse me. The May 1st edition of 205 Live, so I'm almost positive on that one, considering Raw was the 30th and there's only 30 days in April, so I'm pretty sure it's the May 1st, but who cares, really? 205 Live after the Greatest Royal Rumble, to those of you watching in the future who are trying to figure out where exactly it is. We are a couple days away from Backlash, which is gone, and I've heard is actually one of the worst pay-per-views ever, so that'll be interesting, the book in TEW. But let's just go ahead and jump into 205 Live. Now, the last show, Monday Night Raw, actually did pretty good. I mean, not good enough to gain us popularity anywhere, but nonetheless, probably our highest rated show being a C+, which was on Monday Night Raw, so I guess in a way we are getting better, and in time, who knows? We will start gaining popularity again, probably. Or should I say, the WWE, because there is no we here. I'm not booking my ideas. It's all WWE stuff, so we'll see if they can gain popularity. Either way, we are still in Montreal, Canada. We're still in the Bell Center, or as TEW puts it, the Center Bell. And it's time for 205 Live. So we have a solid E rating to start off the night, recapping the match between Kalisto and Cedric Alexander from the Greatest Royal Rumble. That was for the Cruiserweight Championship. And then we get into an E- segment here, which it pretty much hypes up the return of Buddy Murphy tonight, along with Drew Gulak and Kalisto facing each other in our main event in a rematch from last week. I hate how sometimes I click it and sometimes I don't. Alright, and then we go to our opening match of the night, which gets a D- rating here. About that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. The Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher go over the team of Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa in 10 minutes, 8 seconds when Jack Gallagher defeats Tozawa by pinfall. So you'll notice here, probably at the bottom right here, we have a storyline that just started. It's called Itami versus Tozawa with a bunch of question marks at the end. And that's because, mostly stemming from the angle after here, but I had a feeling that, as I was watching the match, I started kind of getting the feeling that, maybe they might be splitting these two up and have them feud with each other, considering Tozawa's a much better face and Itami's a much better heel. So, there is that pretty much. But, like I said, we'll talk a little bit more about that in the next opening segment here. There's a little bit of history behind these four men as well, or I should say at least these two men, considering Brian Kendrick had a broken orbital bone courtesy of Hideo Itami, so a little bit of heat there as well. Nonetheless, Gallagher picks up the victory after Itami bounces off the ropes while Tozawa was still in there. And I honestly don't know what Jack Gallagher hit him with, if he hit him with anything, but it pretty much just went down like that. Tozawa was distracted by Kendrick and Itami's brawl, which led to Itami bouncing off the ropes. Tozawa pretty much biffing it nuts first into the turnbuckle, and they lose. Kendrick not suited to his gimmick. Apparently this match cooled the crowd again. I still don't understand how you can cool a crowd when they haven't even been warmed up. Like, the first two opening segments weren't good segments. This D- segment is better than the first two opening segments, so how did this cool the crowd? Whatever. The heel turn for Hideo Itami was teased. We'll probably pull the trigger on it in the next angle since, well, when we get there, we'll explain it, but I'm pretty sure that they just pulled the trigger right there. Even though Hideo Itami's always been a heel, from what I understand. Tozawa was the weakest in the match, surprisingly. He had an E+ rating, while Itami, Jack Gallagher, and Brian Kendrick all with a D- rating here. No worker improvements as we jump into that segment that I kept talking about there, which gets a solid E. Pretty much Akira Tozawa is, kind of waiting for, no, I don't want to say waiting, but looking stale. Pretty much at the end, the whole gimmick is that Tozawa, you know, he's all like, "Oh, damn, I'm sorry, dude, we lost." And Tommy pulls him up and then pushes him back down like he's all pissed that, you know, not only did Tozawa cost him the match against the Lucha House Party, but now well, maybe not cost is the right word, but he's the one that lost the match against the Lucha House Party, and now he's losing against Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick too. So Tommy, who wants respect, doesn't show Tozawa any respect and pushes him away. And I am going to go ahead and make him an official heel now. In fact, we have 5 segments built up. That was enough for Natalia, so maybe it's enough here. Look at that, complete success. So apparently 5 segments is all you need for a heel turn, or a turn in general. So I'll have to remember that. And in the future, I might actually hold off on some turns, because I thought that it took like up to 10 to 12, you know, segments for a turn to get, you know, over. But apparently it's 5, at least 5. So I might actually hold off on turning people when I have to until we get to the 5. That way we can give him an actual turn. Nonetheless, Hideo Itami getting his official turn. Akira Tozawa's been teasing, excuse me. But we're probably going to not turn him and start taking it off, because it looks like they're going to be feuding each other now. Itami was looking stale, but I'm not sure if his heel turn is going to help him out, so I will wait to improve him there. And Tozawa's getting better at his gimmick, so there's that stuff. And that's just a Tozawa's turn that we're not going to do. Solid E rating here as you get a recap from the 205 after WrestleMania, where Buddy Murphy attacked Cedric Alexander from behind. That got a solid E. Here we go. And then we get an F+, pretty much just hyping up that Buddy Murphy is next. Buddy Murphy's so over, guys. Solid E. All the cruiserweights are over, guys. Solid E rating. Good God. Solid E rating for Drew Gulak's promo on Kalisto. It's actually a really well done promo of Gulak pretty much just saying how Kalisto squeezed by him last week. How, you know, he took on TJP. He took on, was it TJP? I think it was. TJP and like Mustafa Ali. Maybe it wasn't TJP actually. I don't remember. He took on like 3 people in the gauntlet match. Oh no, it was Mustafa Ali, Tony Nese, and then Kalisto. TJP was the person that Mustafa Ali fought. Either way, he pretty much going off saying that, you know, Kalisto barely beat him and all that, and how tonight he's going to show everyone why he's the submission expert or something like that. Still sticking to the gimmick of course, of the whole, you know, flips and stuff, where he's not too proud of the flips and shit that people do. But I will say one thing. Now, I wasn't watching 205 Live when Enzo Amore was champion or anything like that, but I feel like you can feel the difference in Drew Gulak from when Enzo was around, because he was kind of more of a comedy character, I feel, at that moment, to where he is now, where he's taken a little bit more seriously. And I don't know if that's, you know, because Enzo left, or I honestly feel it's because, you know, I believe Triple H is the now running 205 where Vince McMahon was before, so maybe that's what it is. Either way, it's kind of weird, because Gulak was really getting over with that, and now he's just not doing it. And it's not that he's not over anymore, it's just I feel like without that gimmick right now, he's just kind of in purgatory, or whatever the word I'm looking for. He's in a standstill, and he's not really going anywhere. I figured by now he would have been challenging at least once for the Cruiserweight Championship, and I don't believe he's ever had a shot at the Cruiserweight title, so I do think maybe eventually it'll be Drew Gulak to defeat Cedric Alexander, but we'll see where it goes from there. I don't think Buddy Murphy is beating Alexander, though. Speaking of Buddy Murphy, we get not a recap, I almost said it was a recap, but we get a little bit of a video package here, so I decided just to keep them on screen, just for whatever, help get him some popularity. Pretty much showing Buddy Murphy's re-weigh in here, as he's like 204 exact pounds or something, just right below the 205. And Murphy, you know, ignores Drake Maverick's congratulations and welcome back to 205 Live, and he just goes, "Where's my championship match?" or something. So Buddy Murphy is gung-ho on that title match. Speaking of Buddy Murphy, though, if we ever get to the next segment, no, we won't, because I never pressed the button. We have a match with Buddy Murphy, which gets a solid E rating here, and an abysmal match. Buddy Murphy goes over local talent Liam Louis in 3 minutes 54 seconds when Liam Louis was knocked out. Liam Louis was played by, oh boy, I'm probably going to botch that name, Pat Gunete? I don't know. If any of you guys know who that guy is, that is who I chose to play Liam Louis. Also, you'll notice how it was by knockout. I legitimately think Buddy Murphy knocked this dude out. He was giving him like these triple power bomb things, kind of like the Three Amigos, but power bomb style, where he just wanted to let go and he kept power bombing him. And on that second one, it looked ferocious. Like he power bombed him, and I was like, ooh, that one hurt. And then the third one hit. It didn't seem like he moved, which I didn't, whatever. I didn't think much of it. And then Buddy Murphy kind of threw him down, and his legs were not. He wasn't moving. His legs were just in the same position that Buddy Murphy threw him down. Murphy kind of backs off while the referee is checking on him, and next thing you know, Buddy Murphy's announced as the winner. They didn't even say by knockout or something, so I'm legitimately sold on the fact that Buddy Murphy probably knocked the fuck out of this guy, Liam Louis, whoever the hell he was in real life. So, very interesting there. What the? Liam Louis? Oh my god. Liam Louis outperformed Buddy Murphy. I've got to improve Buddy Murphy, guys. Buddy Murphy is not that bad. He should not be outperformed by a guy like Liam Louis. Now, guaranteed that, Buddy Murphy isn't popular. That I stand by because he wasn't even popular when he was on NXT. So, he's not a popular guy. But he's a good wrestler. I mean, come on. He should not be outperformed by Liam Louis. Like, no. Either way, Liam Louis with a solid E, Buddy Murphy with an E-. It brought the crowd down. Liam Louis improving in Rumble and performance, and Buddy is improving in performance. Come on, Buddy. You're the one in the match that I needed to improve, not Liam Louis. We then get a post-match brawl between the two men here as we have Cedric Alexander interrupt Buddy Murphy as he's walking up the entranceway. They brawl back and forth between, until Buddy Murphy kind of retreats. And there you have that. E- for the brawl between champion and challenger. We then jump to I don't know, it's kind of just a warm-up segment, nothing special. Lucha House Party backstage alongside Kalisto, who is warming up for his main event match against Drew Gulak, which is next. But before we can jump into that, we have hype for next week as Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, the Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, take on Lucha House Party, which will be represented by Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. That'll be next week. Solid E rating for that. We then go backstage to yet another solid E rating here as Dasha Fuentes, did I say that right? I don't know, interviews Cedric Alexander on pretty much what happened out there with Buddy Murphy. Alexander said, unlike Murphy, he attacked him from, he was pretty much giving Murphy payback, but unlike him, he didn't attack him from behind. He went straight to him. And, yeah, just talking about Buddy Murphy and how he wants to get his hands on him pretty much. Solid E rating for the champion. We then go to yet another solid E rating. This is kind of between entrances. A little bit of a selfie promo here from the Lucha House Party. Gran Metalik and Lince just in the background. They didn't say a thing. Kalisto just hyping up his match, or pretty much hyping the upcoming match against Drew Gulak. I don't really remember if there's anything of note to say from Kalisto in this segment, so obviously not an important promo, but a promo nonetheless. And before we can get into our main event, guys, we have yet one more confirmation, which was confirmed during the match itself. Next week, it'll be Buddy Murphy taking on Mustafa Ali. So that should actually be a pretty good match, I think. And hopefully by then we'll see a new Buddy Murphy on 205 Live. But either way, I don't think it'll help much because look at these ratings still. E+ rating here for our main event of the night. And about that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Drew Gulak goes over Kalisto in 13 minutes 54 seconds with the Gulak. Made him tap out. Apparently it cooled the crowd, who's just been cooled this entire show. Kalisto had an in-ring performance of an E+, as did Drew Gulak. And then we end off the night with just the Lucha House Party checking on Kalisto, while Drew Gulak just stands in victory. So nothing too special here. I was thinking about starting a storyline between Kalisto and Gulak, but I don't know. A part of me feels that Gulak and Nice are still going on, and I don't want to start a new storyline and end that one just for them to continue it. So I'm going to wait until, at least there's like 2 weeks behind, Kalisto and Gulak for me to confirm it. We'll see next week if, Tony Nese shows up or something. Either way, the 205 Live got an E+ rating. Don't know if that's our best show for 205 Live, but it's about what you expect. It is now time for SmackDown, though, so make sure we're of course going to be in here. We have to be in the center bell because, well, you can see right here, we're already assigned because we hired Luis Louis, or whatever his damn name was, So that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't done already. And as always, my name's OMG, WTF, LOL, TEW, BRB. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams, all the social medias out there. And to anyone you feel who would enjoy my content, if you think someone would like it, show them the video and help your boy out. Maybe grow this family a little bit bigger. As always, I have a Patreon page. If you wish to support the channel, you are more than welcome to, but it is not required. Just look up OMG, WTF, LOL, TW, BRB, or maybe I'll remember to actually post the Patreon page in the description. Speaking of the description, that's where you can find a lot of my affiliates, my associates, people like Zach, people like Senor Conqueso, my buddy Brandon, stuff like that. Check them all out down below. Raging Yoshi, check them out. Give them a shout out. Give them some love. And maybe you'll find someone else you like. That's going to be the end, though. I will see you guys for the Go Home show for SmackDown for Backlash. And then Backlash hopefully soon. And I know I keep saying hopefully we'll be caught up. But now that I'm back from Vegas and all that, I feel like after Backlash, I'm going to be able to get through Monday Night Raw and all that. And we should be caught up by next week's Monday Night Raw. So that's going to do it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And I will see you guys later.